I strongly believe that Sturm should be tier 0 and hawke should be tier 2. That's just my own experience. I am Master Kambai, also known as Multi-Topic Talk. I hope guys will enjoy this new replay. You will see in this video if I am right or if I am wrong. Of course, we need more than one battle to decide, but this battle will give you a good idea of if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I hope guys will enjoy. Let's do this. As usual, I will be really fast on the first few turns. Now, I must say, Sturm is doing some weird stuff like crossing that river to get that airport on turn 2. You see, at that point I already have my airport, and he's nowhere near his. Another weird move, look at that. Next turn I get that city. Look at that! When you Storm, you don't care about the rules. You're laughing hard, and you're like, I'm Sturm. You barely see me use transport, but this game, I was like, I will be really, really special. I will play for the win. And I don't consider transport being good, but I'm Sturm, so maybe it can change. Maybe I can do some weird stuff with it. Early artillery, that's okay. Maybe a tank should have been better. Now I have that infantry there, boom. And you see, now I realized why I took that transport. That infantry will just cross the river, enter the transport, and go elsewhere, because Sturm is broken. I create the early recon, because I plan on locking that gun tower there. Now I create my first tank. I create 2 infantry. Now I want to delay his scum tower cap. Look at that, I have 3k more than him. Even after his cap, I will still have the lead. Because Sturm breaks the game. I create a second tank. I will probably lose the recon, but the recon did its job by giving me a vision. And now you'll see another moment where Storm tanks are OP. Very soon, not now. Look at that. I move this there. And boom, I can reach that unit. I don't know why I did not send my tank there. I'm dumb. You see, I still have the lead at that point, and I go for the cities in the center. Anti-air and infantry because I expect air units. I took a shot to the infantry, I go for the center cities, and I'm like, okay, I will retreat and I will try to pressure the center. I created my first battlecopter to assist my tanks, recon and infantry because Sturm recon breaks the game. You see, at that point I still have the lead. For most of the game I had the lead. Look at that, took 2 infantry, I'm still alive and able to cap the building. Look at that, that infantry just went in the mountain and said, "I bow, I shoot you." I joined cap, I killed the infantry, I pressured the other infantry, I pressured the tank, and I think I killed the tank, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, I actually left that tank there in case one of my tanks would die. I still want answers to that. Look at that artillery shooting that tank. Remove me 7 HP, and keep in mind, hawke is at 20% increased firepower with all of his units. Now at that point he did a huge mistake. Look at that. Sending a battlecopter in the center blind is like saying, "Bro, kill my battlecopter." Now he retreats, that's the right thing to do. If he stayed there, his infantry would have died. Now I still have the lead. I have 2k more than him. He gets his first medium tank out, which is interesting, I guess. It's not really good, but it's interesting. So you see I had medium tank, infantry on my previous turn. Now I mob the floor with his troops and I reach the battlecopter to kill it. I reach the tank and the artillery. Of course, right now my opponent has better value, but I have better income. Tank, infantry, anti-air, because I expect that anti-air to die. Now you see the value flipped. He was ahead of me, now I am ahead of him. And since I'm Sturm, good luck taking back your advantage. Now he gets to building, he's still behind me in the income, and that's no surprise because I am Sturm. Hashtag Sturm breaks the game. He uses Black Wave, which is interesting. You don't see that often. People prefer the Black Storm. Now I must say that Black Wave was good. The explanation, well, I'm Sturm is hawke, and he needs to pressure me, and the only way to pressure me is bubble damage. I take out that unit, the other units, I do damage, damage, damage. I try my best to get my power as well. I really want that power, I want to activate it. So I take several shots there, and I'm like, give me my power, give me my power, I want my power. And I don't get it. So close. I lose 2 infantry, a recon. I still have the lead right now. Now you see I take several shots there. I take out the infantry. I use the bad meteor strike, mainly because I know he has a medium tank in the center, and my medium tank is not quite ready to compete with his, so doing that power was the right thing to do. And by using that power, I took out a artillery as well. So here, let's keep going. I take out the other artillery, and now his medium tank has 4 HP, but it won't do much because I'm Sturm. So I take out several engagement, I block that path for the tank, forcing the tank to do this to reach my units. I create anti-air because I expect to lose that anti-air, and I want response to battlecopter and bombers. So I create tank, infantry. Now at that point I see both of these units there. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Takes out my tank, my anti-air. A good turn for him. He placed his rocket there, and I don't know why he got trapped. He knew I had that. Regardless, things happen, I guess. It's 5-4. Now you see the value? The value is really close by. We are almost even. And I have not bought anything. And it's the start of my turn. So this turn will shift the game around a lot. I take a shot to this thing. This thing dies. I go for his building here, forcing him to use many units to just dream about disrupting that gap. I take that city as well. I'm like, I'm Sturm, I don't care. With the anti-air, I take a shot to the infantry to make sure that infantry won't do as much as it can. I block that road with my battlecopter. At that point, I expect the anti-air, but I'm like, oh, I will still slow down the guy. I join cap. I try to lower that unit HP because that's what we do. I create a medium tank because why not? I need to keep the pressure on. I got trapped. Another infantry and another infantry. That tank is there to protect that area from the wave of infantry I previously seen. Now that tank there he sent right here was dumb. He had no vision and he knew I had medium tank because he lost many units. So he just sacked a tank to slow me down in my capture unit. And this is really bad. Because this means you lost 7k. Now he gets the bomber out. And when I've seen the bomber, I was like, oh my, this is really weird. So you see, bomber, they are not that good. And you will see why very fast. So now I still have vision over that infantry because I have a recon. And I'm like, really, buddy, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to sack your infantry for intel? That's not a good move. So now I take out the tank. I get that city with success. So now our income are even. I take out many units. I lowered that minute HP. Create anti-air medium tank and infantry as well. Now you see that infantry is still alive. It's about to get that building. Now he does the right thing, kill it, but I have another infantry ready to jump on the building. I lose the battlecopter, I'm really sad about that. but I'm still ahead of him in value because I'm Sturm, and Sturm will always come on top when you're not tier 0. I take several shots. I was hoping for a lock roll there. I got a lock roll here, and now I'm greedy for his buildings. I'm like, at that point, I had an idea about me winning. I was like, oh, I will probably win this game. Because I realized I was better than my opponent. And I had a better seal than my opponent as well. Because Sturm, in my own opinion, is a much better seal than hawke. Hawke is good, don't get me wrong. But Sturm is just insane. He don't care about terrain. So for most of the game, I had the income lead over him. And when I go for his buildings, I get his buildings. Since I got a come tower, I'm able to interrupt gaps. Of course, he has a come tower as well, but that's not enough because Sturm is just that strong in defense. So here we are, the fabulous bomber that pissed me off a lot. I was like, okay, I need to deal with this thing there. I was not happy about that. I was like, okay, that guy really spent 22k in that unit. So now at that point, I see him saving for his Black Storm. So I'm like, okay, I will save for my second Meteor Strike. Because the second one is much better than the first one. I tried to get that building because I really want it, and I know if I get it, well, I will probably win because of that. So now I mob the floor with his troops. I create another anti-air and another one. I want to make sure I don't get ambushed by any other bombers, so I create 2 other anti-air. Now he has his super, and that was a really good super. Because hawke's super is just this good. Look at that, he's able to interrupt gaps with infantries. Only global damage can do that to Sturm. Look at that, that infantry is dying. And Sturm units are known to not die. So that's a lot said in one sentence. I take out the bomber, I get a fabulous meteor strike. And at that point, when I've seen it hitting that area, I was like, I won. I won. So I have 22k against this 20k. So I knew I had the upper end. I go for his battlecopter, his anti-air. I go for his battlecopter again. I go for his infantry, because I don't want his infantry to start capping my building. So you see, medium tank infantry, because I'm lacking in good medium tank. Look at the value. I flipped the table again. And keep in mind, I'm not doing global damage. I just have a better seal overall. Look at him trying to get a lock roll, but I'm Sturm. I don't care about defense. I have plenty of defense. I lose vision, I'm sad about that. He losing medium tank. Look at that. Let me rewind. 1 HP medium tank dies from infantry. Now I retreat because I don't want to lose my tank. I create a medium tank in this area to compete with his medium tank there. Because Sturm don't care about terrain, I joined both units. And now you can see it's 23k against 20k. This means I will always come on the top because I have a better steel, I have a better economy. Now I kill this infantry to go for that building because I know it's cleared now. Look at the value, I have 30k more. He cannot keep up. I'm only playing and I only took 4 damage. This is Sturm for you. Now I don't know what he killed, but that's very sad. He did not even kill the infantry. You see, even if he has 20% more firepower than usual, it's not enough because Sturm is that crazy. I'm off the floor with his troops. I'm getting ready to get his building there. Now I aim for that infantry because I know it's the only unit that can try to interrupt my cap. But we all know what will happen if he tries because I'm Sturm. Create anti-air, medium tank, and infantry. On most of my turn I create infantry because I need to keep up. I need to keep building units and capping buildings. Look at that. My infantry took a lot of damage because he probably got a luck roll, but that's not enough. I will still get that building if you don't have resources to stop that gap. Look at that, 23k against 19. He builds a good new tank. That's well thought. Now I try the com tower cap. At that point, I'm cocky because I know I won. If I get that com tower, it's official. He has no way to beat me. Because I'm already on top. So if you give me your com tower, then you lost. I also go for that building. I don't expect to get it. I expect him to waste resources to interrupt the cap. That's what you keep in mind when you play as Sturm. Make your opponent waste resources. Because Sturm breaks the game. Look at that. 2 infantry, it's not enough. Look at that. He barely comes on top and he has first strike. Now he kills that off, but I don't care. It's an infantry. You use the medium tank to do this. I get the first strike. I'm very happy about that. I kill the other medium tank. I create anti-air, battlecopter, infantry. Now it's different because I know that guy has no anti-air. I think I only see 1 or 2, and they both died early in the game, so I feel like that battlecopter will shock him and compete with medium tanks. Now I lost another anti-air and I'm really sad about that. But what can we do? Now he's forced to retreat already. His medium tank had 1 good turn and then boom, he's out of order. He gets a medium tank out here and that's the right thing to do. That's his only way to compete with both of my medium tank if he has 2 as well. So now I see him charging for his Black Storm, so I charge for my second Meteor Strike. Now I know he has a new tank, but I need to damage him. Because even if I have extra defense, his first strike will really damage me. But if I lower that unit HP, I can take it out. Because I have too many medium tank for him. His medium tank cannot compete with mine. And at that point, I know I'm winning. I know I have more buildings than him. So I don't care, I just create more units than him. That battlecopter was also created to protect my city there. That's just a side thought I almost forgot to mention. So at that point I'm like, okay, he is going for the building I stole him, which is good. Tries this one. This is dumb. It's in the center. You know I have units there. Why did you do this? Maybe he wanted to divert my unit. Maybe he wanted to direct my unit elsewhere. Maybe he was desperate. Maybe he thought he had a chance. I don't know what he was thinking and not him. Never like go for the center just to go for the center. That won't work. So now I make sure to lower his unit HP because I don't want him to steal my buildings. I take out the other infantry, I'm like, hell yeah. I take out the Neo tank as well, and I'm like, yeah, that's how we do. I create another medium tank there. I create infantry. Now look at that infantry. It's just not going to die. Now you get another Black Storm, and this one was really strong and really good. You flipped the table with this one. We must say it. But you know what's going on next turn, right? Look at that lob of units. Meteor Strike will be funny. There's no other word. It will be funny. Boom. That entire area is disabled. Yes, right now he's on top of me, but look at that. At that point I'm like, okay, that blood buff unit is gone. Now I lower the HP of all units there because I don't want him to cap my buildings. Trade anti-air. Trade infantry and infantry because I'm poor because he did Blackstone. Look at the value. He lost 4k. 4k. 40k, sorry, not 4k. 40k. It's even worse. He lost so much. It's just crazy. And now he still has repairs to do. That medium tank, useless. That rocket, low. That anti-air, low. That infantry, useless. Except for maybe vision. But even there, vision is not the best thing about the infantry. It's the capturing. Well, now he thinks he can take me on. But at that point, I knew I won. I just knew it. I go for the center, because that's what we do when we win on all flank. I take out the anti-air, I take out the medium tank, and I say aye to the rocket. I'm like, oh yeah, another prey, another target for next turn. Look at that. Pow, no more. No more. Now I did a mistake, I sent my infantry there because I was getting greedy and I wanted this building, leaving that building open for cap. Created medium tank, infantry. Look at that, it took him 2 turns to recover, and even there, he lost a medium tank, an anti-air, an infantry. That rocket is still not amazing. It's okay, it's better than it used to be, but it's not enough. Now he hides it there, but now it cannot heal anymore. So your rocket will just stay okay. I mean, it's not a bad rocket right now, but it's not a good one either. Now at that point, he is so cocked. I am Sturm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Recon takes it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only recon does it, but anyway, that's econ tower. And he knows I have many units around. So I think what he planned there is to direct my units there, make sure you don't get it. And that's good and bad at the same time, because you just stack in infantry. Now he goes for my building and he takes the good shots on my infantry, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Now in this area, I'm like, okay, I need to overwhelm him and I need to take both of his buildings. Because I know he spends a lot of resources in the center and in the top of the map. So if I bring the battle there, I can get two buildings. So now I want to delay his cap because we don't want him to steal the building right away. So here we will use the medium tank to mop the floor with this, delay the cap even more. We take out these units. You see now he has no more presence in the center. So I won the center war. And this war here, I'm winning it. It's not won yet, but I'm about to win it. The edge between the gap between the both of us still 30k. It's so much. It's an entire turn. And I have better income than him, so there's no way he's coming back. Even with Black Storm, he's not coming back. Look, the value is now twice. So even if he's still one of my building, it's not enough. You cannot keep up with Sturm. Sturm is OP. He creates under Bomber, but why? You're poor. You need vision. You need units. I don't understand that Bomber. You see, Bomber are not bad, but they are not great either. And here, 8k unit can shut it down or make it useless. So now I take out the tank. The anti-air goes for the battlecopter, do a lot of damage. Now I lock his anti-air there, because that's the next target on my list. Create a medium tank, because that medium tank will finish off that anti-air, and this medium tank will move further. That medium tank needs to recover to aim for this area. Because if I bring the battle there, I know all he has is one injured medium tank. And I will have 3, so this means I will win this flank fast. Yes, he overwhelmed me in that area, and he got one of my buildings. But this area that lacks in troops, and I know it, because he spent so much units in the upper part, that I know he has nothing there. So I'm aiming for both of these two buildings. That's my target there. Now you see me creating a anti-air over here, because I don't want any bad surprise. I don't want a bomber to interrupt me. Don't want any battlecopter to piss me off. So I have enough units to keep up. Now the bomber takes my anti-air out. This is very good. I have nothing to say. But the gap between the both of us is just too big. You cannot keep up. And at that point, when I see that bomber, I'm shocked. I'm like, really? You didn't got the lesson the first time. You lost the bomber against anti-air, and now you bought another bomber with less money. Because he gets less money now than before. And now I start capping this building. I know he will get his Black Storm, but since he has no military forces in the bottom part, I know I will still get the building. Now I send my anti-air here, I have a second anti-air. And at that point I'm like, another anti-air, and a infantry. Takes out one of my medium tank, takes out the other. But look, I still have the edge. I have twice his value right now. Almost 3 times his value. And I will get one of his buildings. Now I use the Black Storm. This is good. I have nothing to say here. But I will still cap his buildings. Because he lacks units there. I take out many units to make sure he does not interrupt my cap. I'm getting cocky here because I know his units are weak here. So I can go for his building to force him to use his good units against bad units. So here I have 3 anti-air. So if I see that bomber around, I will kill it. Now that rocket is good right now because it's at 8 HP. So that Black Storm was really good. No, that medium tank, that was a mistake, buddy. I have a second one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lucky enough for you, I don't have the reach. But you still tell me you have another medium tank. If you kept it hidden, and you just jump on me with 2 medium tank, you can flip the table. Because you just play Black Storm. But you did not do that. You just attack with 1 medium tank. He creates another bomber. I don't understand. I don't. Bomber are good, but they are not good enough. So Meteor strikes there. And I'm happy because I know I will destroy that bomber very fast. Look at that. The rocket went in the city and he had a lack of shield. My infantry was my vision to make sure I don't get trapped. And look at that. Pow. No more. Pow. Damage. Damage. Damaged. No more. You see, just lost the bomber. I used my super, he lost his bomber. So now look at that. I'm getting back that city and I'm about to get the second one. And since there's only 1 space, he can take shots there. I believe that on my next turn I get that building. So now I'm up the floor with his troops. I'm like, I won at that point. He should just give up. There's no way he's coming back in the race. Look at that. 50k, that's half what I have. Yeah, your bomber is cute, but I have another anti-air ready. He resigned. It was about time. Because, I mean, there's no way he's coming back. So, this was a very interesting fight. This fight proved that Sturm is better. We were around the same level as players. He was probably a bit weaker than me as a player. And everyone tells, oh, hawke is better. No, not really. You have seen it during this game. I just steamrolled the guy. For most of the game, I was in control. Yes, sometimes I lost buildings, but when you take a look at the economy, for probably 90% of the game, I was above him. And even the value of the army, we were similar. But once I was going into my turn, we are no more similar. It's just a huge gap that divides us. Because hawke cannot keep up with Sturm absurd day to day. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.